I'm Nadine Violette, so I'm president of Community UNB, and I'm coordinator of the 203 Resource Center.
And I'm Rice Fuller. I'm the director of counseling services here at UNB.
Rice had gotten contact with me and my the group because he'd been given this space and wanted to do something really great with it. From that initial meeting that we had, this kind of 2 years later, this is where we are.
Queer students are overrepresented at counseling services, so about a quarter of the students that we see at counseling services are identify as queer, and there's probably even more who aren't identifying themselves as queer. We know that they tend to have more mental health struggles than non-LGBTQ students for a wide range of different reasons. They look around and they don't see themselves in our schools, in our institutions. My hope is that by having this space, that they can kind of see a space of their own, and a space where they belong, and a space where other people who are dealing with some of the same problems that they may have had or have dealt with some of those same problems.
At the risk of sounding like a 1970s cigarette advert, we've come a long way, baby.
I arrived at UNB in 1968 when homosexuality was still illegal in Canada. Even talking about it, except negatively, was taboo. Don't ask, don't tell was the unspoken rule.
We need to recognize our allies. We do have them. We often have way more than we imagine. In my experience, the staunchest allies here have been the Bruns and the CHSR. They have always backed LGBTQ initiatives here on campus, often at their own cost.
When I got oversight of this space here, I got this box of materials that was associated with it. And it turns out that the original proposal for this space was for it to be a space for LGBTQ students. In looking at some of the articles in the Bruns at the time, which I have, it was clear that there was some discomfort on the part of some students about this being solely a space for queer students. I feel like in a way we've come kind of full circle and are making it what it should be.
Mm-hmm. There's plenty of research to suggest that these spaces just existing help make a more inclusive, positive, healthy university environment for all students. When we have one established on a university campus, it's almost like this promise of visibility and promise of space. The thought of having a poster with one's face on it very publicly announcing like an unconventional identity, sexual or gender identity, was unthinkable for obvious reasons. It was unsafe. It was people were trying to exist happily, but in secrecy. Like the fight back then was much different. I guess the project right now is just to get that awareness out so that people are accessing the space and helping to maintain it. If you want it to stay here, you've got to use it. So whether that be coming here to do your schoolwork, or coming here to meet a new friend, or coming here to ask a question that you may be wondering, or to learn something new, whether you're part of the community or an ally to the community, I think it's really important that we're accessing this space.
What is your favorite thing that came out of doing this project? What was your favorite part of it? What was your favorite experience?
Working with Nadine.
Working with Nadine, I feel like I'm tearing up here. No, Nadine has been such a wonderful person to work with. And I mean, she said that jokingly, but I completely mean that. Nadine has been wonderful. So.
Seriously? You can say it. I didn't mean to plant that seed, but...
so now you had to say that we're...
Yeah, I have to say that I was partnered with Rice. Like, pretend that it wasn't miserable.
Coming to UNB as a fresh out of the closet lesbian, I knew nobody on campus that was queer, and it was really hard to make those connections and find people that identified similar to you. Today I'm here to tell you that we are not only a few, but in fact a flourishing group of diverse students that populate this campus. The introduction of the 203 will not only be a home for queer students, but will give the opportunity to make those connections that I was not fortunate enough to gain so easily.
I'm here and I'm queer, but I only have been here and queer for about a year and a half, so I'm a bit of a hanger-oner, so thank you for having me here today.
I'm a nurse, I'm a wife, I'm a mother of 4 fantastic children, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, and what undergirds all of these identities is that I'm a lesbian. The importance and purpose of this space is to be a tangible and visible symbol, a message of sort that makes it clear that we are here as part of UNB and that it is just fine to be LGBTQIA2S+. Let this space fully be part of UNB so that one day it is no longer relevant. I am who I am and I am proud. And you are who you are, and you should also be very proud.
Today, people will look at our faces and listen to our voices. Today we say, we're here and we're queer. Today we gained space, and that's quite powerful. Stick around, view the posters, check out the resource center across the hall. Thanks again for being part of the celebration.